Hey Dave, how are you, man? Hello Joey. Hello Jobless. I hope you're happy, healthy, and well today. Stay on your path, gentlemen. Stay on your path. You know, just keep on your path, whatever it is. If doors open up, walk through the door. You never know. Whatever chances there are in life, you know. Just keep plugging, bros. Put one and one together. Try and fucking create five. You know, get an idea, fucking try and get it together. I've been hassling the fuck out of this guy with the latex, but he can't get any 10. You know, he wants the fucking containers, basically. He said, I'm trying to find containers, you know, like a fucking 10 litres, 20-litre container. He said, as soon as I do that, he said, I'll you know. So we got the latex fucking. At least I can buy latex. He's just got to get some containers. He's got to get some buckets, mate. He's got no buckets. I've got fucking empty buckets there. I've got two of them. 20 litres. 20-litre buckets. And I can't fucking send. I don't have a car. And he's a long way away. Ballarat. He's in Ballarat. I don't know. A couple of hours away. A couple of hour drive. It's nice if you got a girl, you know, take a girl for a drive. It's a nice drive. Yeah, I don't want to drive to fucking Ballarat, bro, on my own. Fucking, you know, happy Wednesday, man. Be productive. Do something in your life. Become something. Do something. Become something. Don't waste your time, you know, that you've been given. Don't waste your time. Try and become successful, yeah? I got an itchy nose, but I'm not. It's just itchy. I don't know why. And it's freezing, is it? Fucking hell. I don't want to go. I'm already cold enough down here. And then in the middle of the night, I turn the fan on. I can't sleep. It's so weird, guys. I wake up, I'm fucking so hot, and it's freezing, right? I understand that, but I'm walking around here, go to the toilet fucking just with my undies on. And I know it's cold. I can feel it's cold, but I'm hot. And I end up going in and putting the fan on to sleep. It's not, you know, I don't know, man. It's weird. I wake up all the time, every few hours. I've got to take a piss. I'm an old man. I've got to take a. Mate, I could stop drinking. I've time 8 o'clock at night. I stop drinking like any liquids. Mate, and I'm still pissing like a horse at 3 a.m. like I'm trying to like, you know, like I don't want to get up all the time to go to the toilet. But I seem to wake up every few hours anyway. Seems to just be a thing. Just wake up. And I end up just going to the toilet, coming out, have a walk around for a minute, and then go back to bed and try and go back to sleep. So I haven't been sleeping well. It affects your sleep. It affects how your eating habits. It affects everything. This whole what you have to go through. What a man has to go through to try and, you know, have the court orders, you know, that they don't care. Now I'm being told the child doesn't want to see me, doesn't want to talk to me, doesn't want to know me. And they'll come back and it'll be my fault. It'll be, I'm this. You know, he didn't pay his bill on time. You know, that's what that woman's complaining about. It's not paid on time. It's not, you know, like it's going to be current because the lady knows that she could make it go forever. She can make this, you know, which she probably does have to do that. So it's every week $90. So the ladies, you know, sent me an email. You're falling behind. You owe 310. You know, when am I going to have it paid off? Rah rah. You know. So she's asked me, and I've said, look, I'm on. You know, I've already explained to the lady I'm on Seno. So every 2 weeks I can send. That's the most I can send you is $50 every. You know. And the woman didn't like that, man. She didn't like my explanation. So she's like, If it's not paid on time, then that's going to go into my report, and I'm going to give that to the ICE, the other gentleman, and that'll go in your report, And I'm thinking, fuck, dude, it's like blackmail. Like you tell the person, like these people, I understand, but it's court ordered. That's why she's pissed off, because it's court ordered. So she's got to do it anyway, whether, she can have a grump against me, but it's going to poison the whole thing, poison the whole well, because she's not happy you haven't paid her. You think you're going to get any kind of report? She'll be saying it's for the best for the child to never see her father again, better that he's out of her life. The person's never met you. Never met her. And the only way that she had the aiding and caring report is because you sent it. As far as I know, it's not given to the lady. It's not part of her. That's the last time I seen my kid, man. I can't get in any. My aiding and caring report doesn't show a person that doesn't love their child, and the child loves her dad. That's the most important part. The child showed a lot of love towards Charlie. But I don't think that'll matter. Oh, boys. But this is what they do to you. This is what they'll put you through. Everything I'm going through, there's thousands of me. I'm not the only one, boys. There's thousands of me. Okay? This is their system. This is how they grind you up and bone and blood for the machine. They grind you and grind you down. And the whole time, you don't even get a phone call, buddy. Your voice call, vote, or your things that are in the order. And you're obeying the order. You are obeying. You're not doing anything wrong. The lady asked you. You fucking explained yourself for the second time as a man. You've explained yourself to her. And that's not good enough for her. Okay, because in her world, you need to be paid up and it needs to be done every week. And we need to keep the booking and the records. And this is just not good, Mr. Parker. Okay? So basically, we don't give a fuck that you're on Centrelink. That's your choice. You're on Centrelink. But we want to be paid. We want to be paid. It doesn't matter whatever's going on in your life, boys. That's my point to you. It won't matter what is going on in your life. They want that resources out of you. They got to get as much out of you as they can. Even when you're on Centrelink, even when you're fucking banging them, you say, mate, you're straight up with them. You're not lying to them. You're not running away. You're answering their Gmails. You're just not giving the answer they want. But you're not running from anybody. You've stood like a man and you've answered them. Like I'm here for my kid. Is there any chance, It's a cold day in Melbourne, man. Cold day in Melbourne.
Just go for my walk, mate, like I normally do. Them birds are fighting over there, man. Look at that. They're really scrapping, dude. Yeah. Ducks have got a good life, eh? Ducks have got a good life. I don't know where they sleep at night. They must sleep in the ferns or something. They've got nests or something. I don't know. Seagulls I'm not too fond of, mate. Don't like seagulls. Just go out and about, mate, have a walk. Alright, I've got to clear my head today, man. I've got to clear my head. Everyone's not happy. Everybody's not happy. Got no chance at all, mate. None. And it'll be all my fault. Watch. Everything will be, when you get there, by the time they've written all their reports, mate, and by the time they've done all their pronouns and, you know, you got no chance, buddy. Absolutely none. It's all a big setup, mate. It's all a big setup. Something smells nice, man. Like fucking sausages and gravy or something. Something smells real good. That's a nice colour, isn't it? That's a nice colour. I don't know, what kind of a bluish, greenish kind of colour, I don't know. Nice colour. Get out and clear my head with it, mate. Has not been a good morning, boys. Not that any morning's a fucking good morning. Can't seem to put a foot in anywhere proper, you know. Whatever you do, whatever you say, mate, they hold against you. Men have no chance. None. And I think it's set up that way. It's just set up that way. You know, and they're happy for the system, mate, because the men are the ones that have the resources. They're the ones that go out and work hard and strive and get a better job and, you know, all that kind of thing. And that's what they're counting on. Yeah. Got into trouble this morning. Not trouble, but it's never any good, man. Considering they've never met you or anything like that. It's never any good, bros. Keep your head strong, man. Stay on your path if you can. Just keep battling forward. Because you're kind of like fighting up against the whole system. And they don't like, you know, you got no chance, mate. And the woman does not have to do a goddamn thing, mate, but just ignore everything. And then if they get asked a question and they just agree to it, but they never actually do it. So we've got no chance of seeing little Echo, mate. Absolutely, Jack. They're going to do everything they can so that you don't see your Echo. It'll be everything but see Echo, everything but talk to Echo, everything but everything across the board. Whatever they can think up, you know, is a good reason why you should not see your daughter. That's exactly what they'll do. Now I'm getting into trouble because it's not, the bill hasn't, you know, for the psychologist, rah. You know, now I'm getting into trouble for that. You know, I'm irresponsible father. That's what they'll call you, bro, because you haven't paid the bill on time. They'll call you an irresponsible father. Yeah. Yep. It's got nothing to do with it, right? Come on, man, you got to agree. But they will. That's what they'll write down in their report. You're an irresponsible father because and their reasoning is because you didn't pay your bill on time. Their thing is every week, bro. $90 a week. That's 180 out of your Centrelink, bro. And they don't care. They don't care. I try to explain to them, I'll get it paid, but it just won't be able to pay it all at once. I can show you the receipts, bro. And that she's angry at that, man. She's not happy with that at all. No, I want it paid. It has to be paid up to date every week. Yeah. It could go on for a long time, man. It could go on for a long time. And I'm amazed the other side, hasn't woken up to it yet. I'm just amazed that they'd rather go that path rather than have their daughter see their dad. Who I'm the person that took care of the child, man. I mean, in reality, you were at work. I'm doing my best. It wasn't good enough for you, I understand. But still, man, when you came home, the house was clean, you had a meal on the table. Just because you weren't happy with everything isn't my fault, Our daughter was well taken care of during the day, well taken care of. And that's what's important. But anyways, my poor little thing. So that's the reality of it. Everyone's not happy. Everyone's, complaining. Got the latex organised, but the guy can't find buckets. Hasn't got a container. So I'm trying to find containers, So God knows if that will happen, brothers. God knows. So that source might not come out, so to speak. Can't find containers. I've got two empty 20-litre containers at my joint. I've got 2 of them. It'd be probably easier for me to ship them to him and so he can use them. That probably would be a more easier and practical thing to do. So I don't know if we'll be able to buy any fucking latex, bros. I really don't. I know I'm getting hammered. I know that much. It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbour. Won't you be mine, won't you be mine, won't you be my neighbour? Well, I've got to share this shit with you so that you learn. And for the younger folk there, this is what you're heading into. You have an 80% chance of being in my position at my age. You really, really do, Bryce. There's a lot of me out there. I am not the only one. We have a huge suicide rate for men. Massive. Massive. If you do they don't give a fuck, by the way. The government, whoever you're talking to, only, what the headline will be, men's suicide rate skyrockets, women affected. That's what it will write, mate. That's what the write-up would be. Women affected. Okay, because all these men are knocking themselves off. They're not bringing in the financials for the women. They're not taking care of the women. It'll get turned around to being a woman, women most affected. I got that headline straight out of an Australian newspaper, by the way, because that was the headline. That was in the write-up. Women are most affected. It actually said most affected. High suicide rate for men, women most affected. How in the fuck can women be most affected when the men are necking themselves? You know what I'm saying? But that's how they'll turn it around. So they don't give a fuck about men. Men can go and neck themselves all they like. The women will sit there happy and proud of themselves. They really, really will. They'll be proud of themselves and they'll say that, you see, I was right. I was correct. And each one of them are proud. They give themselves a pat on the back. They really do. They don't shed a single tear for the father of their kids. Not a single freaking tear. They'll gladly, just marry on, and not a problem for them. I'm telling you, man, you can spend all those years being a father and being a husband, and they amount to nothing. They amount to nothing, man. It's like a fucking dream. It's like a dream that didn't happen. Me going to China, me meeting the whole thing happening. It's like a fucking dream. Didn't happen. Yeah? like another lifetime ago. You know, it's like something that just, you know, it happened, I got lucky, but not that fucking lucky, let me tell you. You know, people think I got lucky, rah, no. I don't regard myself as lucky. I'm the one that took all the shit to the market. I'm the one that got, you know, the bad shoulder for fucking months and months, that had to have his shoulder wrapped up from trolleying that shit all the way to the market. No, man, I busted my nuts, mate. And the whole time that person's on vacation. They're on holidays, bro. They're not doing a goddamn thing. Holidays. So, no, mate, I busted my fucking nut on that shit. And then I got to be a dad. I got to be a dad, mate. You know, the greatest thing that a woman could ever do is give you a kid. So that's all as soon as, that's it, man, I was devoted. You know, every day. And then it all gets taken away from you, boys. And it can get taken away from you so fucking quickly. So quickly. Men do not realise how quickly that they can make a call and you're out of there. You're out of there, man. And you'll never see your kids. You'll never fucking, that's it for you. You're done. You walk out with a blanket, a pillow, your phone charger. And that's it, wasn't it? That's all we had. I had 15 minutes to leave. So, not allowed back on the property. And then when I was allowed on, I had to have police there to escort me because I'm such a bad bloke, which is understandable, man. Some people are pretty bad. He's a nice little dog, isn't he, eh? He's an old dog too, friendly, smart. Good on you, Dad. Yeah, friendly around here, mate. Fucking probably a serial killer on the fucking making there, you know. Him and his dog, you know, pretending they're fucking all friendly. Next thing you know, there's a fucking get back. You never know around here, mate. Ivan Milat was a pretty friendly bloke too, you know. Yeah. God, I think I passed these two on the other path. I passed them on the other path. I was walking up the other side of the ocean there. It's a good round trip, man. It's a bit of a round trip. But yeah, man, just lamenting on it. Is that the word for it? I don't know. But men don't realise how quickly it can all be snatched from you. Just snatched. And you're no longer a dad. You're no longer anything. And then all you'll hear is bad things about you. That is all you will hear, gentlemen. You will never hear anything good about yourself. Everything will be bad. You are this, you are that. You know, there is no accountability for their side. They are complete angels. And everything they said and did was just absolutely perfect, right? So you have to take the whole brunt of the whole thing. And to not see the echo, mate, is incredible. To not have her in my life, you know, and then I've got all these professionals that have never even met me, man. Well, one of them met me for an hour, and the whole time I was defending myself. And these are professionals. These are the ones getting paid. It just really irks me, man. And then the other people I haven't met, and of course everything is in the interest of the child, and they'll look at you and tell you that you should never see your daughter again. Like it just amazes me. It truly baffles me how they come to that great conclusion, you know. And a lot of men face this, man. I know that. That's why I don't cry about it a whole lot now. Is because I know that this is the pattern. This is what they do to men. This is normal. This is not out of the, you know, it's not just you. You'll find the same story is repeated over and over and over. Yeah. You know, in the interest of the child, they'd rather have the child go and see a psychologist every week rather than even have a phone call with their father or their mother. You know, it could be both, whatever side, either sex, it doesn't matter. You're going to go through the same thing. This is what they can do to you. You know, like that's what they'd rather do. Like, to me, it just doesn't, there is absolutely no contact with their father, no voice call, no video call, no phone call. And you've got court orders, bro. I've got court orders in my bag. That's where I went and got them printed out. I have court orders in my hand. This is what I'm supposed to have, you know, and maybe if they had obeyed just one page of this order from the start, maybe it would have been a different outcome. But of course, no. It's your fault. Men, it's your fault. Or the ladies, whoever's on the other opposition side, it'll be your fault. Now, it may be your fault, okay? You know, don't disobey the law, or don't do anything against the law, or don't do anything illegal. You know, leave them in peace, so to speak. Don't go knocking on doors or phone calls or anything like that, man. You don't annoy their life at all. You know, because Upsetting her will upset the child and interferes with their life, mate. And the one thing you don't want to do if you love your kids, mate, is interfere in their life. You want them to be happy. So you don't do anything, man. You've got to obey the law, okay? So, and I've done that. And I think it's really just unfair. I think it's completely unfair, even when you do obey the law completely by the letter. Nothing... They're looking for anything they can, boys. They will be looking for any kind of charge, any kind of accusation that they can actually get proof with. They'll look for against you. So you've got to be like so careful of everything. And I think I hit the button this week. You know, I think the person got upset with me because I hit a button. You know, and I pre-warned that, you know, you might be told these certain things, and they're not true. And I think that they've already been told that, you know, and they didn't like that. They didn't like that. I don't like that, you know. Yeah, they didn't like that at all, bro. You know. Yeah, I could just tell. So that's what this person, that's what they will do against you, viewer. They will go into a court-ordered meeting, and they will completely poison the meeting with absolute lies and bullshit. And I'm dead set serious to you. Everything that was said, it was absolute lies. I do not have this, I do not have that, I'm not investigated for this or anything else. But they will walk in there and they will tell them that that's what this is happening, and they are believed. And then when you walk in an hour later and you say, no, what do you mean that's wrong? You're the one that's the bad person. You're the one that's you know, there's nothing you can say. There'll be nothing you can say or do to defend yourself. Because the lies are believed over, you know, proof and actual facts, you know, which is what you deal in. They're dealing in feelings. They're dealing in feelings, okay? They feel this way. They feel that you'll do this. They feel that you'll do that. Whereas in reality, you haven't done any of that. And you have no intention of doing any of that. But they will tell each other and tell you that that's what you're going to do. That's hard to combat, bro. You're dealing in total feelings realm. The world of feelings. And you're trying not to, you know, you're not dealing in... It just sucks. It's just fucking two different rules for two different things. And you're doomed. We're doomed as men for our kids. We're doomed. They're happy to accept your child support, though. You know, if you had a high-paying job, they're really, really happy to accept your child support. That is not a problem at all. Just you're never allowed to see them or speak to them or anything like that. But your paper, oh yeah, make sure you're not late on your child support, or that you don't fail your child support, because yeah, man, that's just not good, okay? And the agency does not care that you have not seen your children, mate. They do not care at all. So yeah, hasn't been a very good morning, you might say. Been a bit of a tough morning, and it's not fun. It's not fun, man, because I you know, because you know there's no rainbow at the end of the tunnel. There is no tunnel. They've taken the tunnel away. They've taken the rainbow away, and they're just going to come at you now with the professional feelings on the matter. And these professionals never see you, never speak to you. You know, nothing, man. But they know you. Okay, so. No wonder men go fucking bananas, bro. No wonder they find it really hard to take. Because who are you going to talk to? Who are men talking to? Who are men de-stressing to? Or, you know what I mean? Who are they unloading to? And there's nobody, bro. There's nobody. I'm telling you that now, there's nobody. You just got to keep that shit to yourself, right? So don't wonder why these men get drunk and stuff, bro. They carry the pain of of your whole life is just fucking taken from you. Taken from you, bro. You know, you're taken from you. Stripped down. I suppose I'm lucky that I'm not gagged and chained. You know, it took me 2 years to get ungagged and unchained from their fucking system. You know, I had to fight, mate. Go to court 6 fucking times in the magistrate court to have their AVO fucking removed. 6 times I had to take time off work to go there, you know, and they're counting on me not going. That's what they count on, boys. They count on you not actually going to the court, and you get a lifetime fucking AVO. Lifetime. Forever. And you can't go back to court after that. The lifetime one, yeah, that's it, bro. You're done. So men are fucking facing an uphill battle the whole shebang, the whole fucking way through it, and you'll never see your kids. It's everything but see your kids, everything but talk to your kids, everything but even having a picture viewer of your child. You know, they don't care at all. They only care what resources you have. Are you able to pay the psychiatrist every week? You know, because we're not happy if you can't pay it every week. And it's $90 a week. And it's $90 each. So it's $180, mate. Okay? $180. We're both paying half. So I pay 90, the other side pays 90. So they've got us on the hook now all the way till October until they do a report for their, for the other gentleman. They'll do a report for him. And then that report goes to the court. So everyone's doing a report, mate. Everyone's got an opinion and everyone's got what they want to say. But nobody asks me a single question. Nothing other than when are you going to be able to pay? You know, they don't ask you a single question, man, because they're professionals. You know, they've got a pronoun. They're very, very professional. They've got a tie and a suit. They've got a fancy place to where they work. They get paid $180 an hour. So you got no chance. I've got no chance. No chance of seeing Echo, no chance of fucking anything, bro. We'll turn up, we're going, don't worry about that. We're not giving up. We file the paperwork, we do what we have to do. But you already walk in there with that prerequisite on your mind. And you know that even if you just sit there and say absolutely nothing, they're going to absolutely hammer you. Hammer you, bro. Hammer you. You've got no idea. You'll hear shit in there and be accused of shit in there that you didn't even know about. You had no way of even, you know. And as soon as you say anything, you're guilty. As soon as you say anything, you're guilty. There is no defending yourself. There is no such thing. There's no such thing. As far as they're concerned, you've got a DV order and a DV investigation and a DV allegations, and you've got a current AVO. Like it's a fuck. Like there's nothing. What the fuck you want me to do? You know, there's no good just each time saying I want proof, I want proof, I want proof, because that's abuse. They regard that as abuse. Okay. They don't regard it as an answer. They regard it as you're abusing them. So you can't defend yourself. There's no defense. There's just fucking nothing. There's nothing, man. And the other side does not have to do a goddamn thing. Nothing. Okay, nothing but just ignore the court orders. The court orders, viewer. You know? I thought that was what we're obeying. I thought that's what was legit. I thought that's what the whole system was about, right? Well, I've got fucking court orders, brother. I've got 8 pages of fucking court orders, bro. You know, I've got fucking pages coming out of everywhere here. Okay? I've got all kinds of shit in this thing, man. You know, it's 8 pages long. It's not a 2-pager, bro. You know, like I've got a lot of stuff in there that's supposed to be obeyed and has to be done. And no, man. You know, so I'm going to go over it tonight. I'm going to have a good read of it tonight. And then I've got to go have a good read of their report that they've wrote. You know, the one where it says, I should never see my daughter again. Because if you read it, man, it's so biased. The report, it's so biased, bro. They even didn't like how I was dressed. You're like, what is what I've got dressed got to do with anything? You know? So I got into trouble with everything on that report. And then they'll just use that. They'll just use that. They'll just say, look, it says right here, you should never see your daughter again, so that must be correct. You must be a terrible person. Yeah, you know, there you go. You know, that's it. That's it, bro. They don't ask you a single question. They don't ask you anything. You know, you like, they don't want to refute the lady. They don't want to get her on the box. I told them to call the lady in and refute her on the box. Because this is what I was questioned about. I didn't go there asking, they didn't ask me anything about Echo. They just asked me a whole bunch to answer to the accusations. And, you know, I tried answering to them and they would go back to it. They'd go back to the accusation and keep trying to get me to confess, right? Trying to get me to say that I've got this order and that order and all this fucking stuff. And I'm not agreeing to any of that. So I got a bit defensive on it because I'm not being believed. Whereas lies are so easily believed, like you'll so easily believe what you've been told, but you won't believe when I say that I didn't do that doesn't exist. Like it's just, It's so one-sided. So that's why I call it bias. It's a bias report. So, you know, they're willing to spend your money in order to do it, investigate it, you know, bring the lady in, pay for that, bring the court time in and pay for that, but they don't want to actually invest in it now. You know, that like the lady, legal aid lady said to me, you know, the path is just way too long and has taken too long. Like they're trying to put it back on you that it's your fault. It'll be your fault. You're taking too long to do everything, rah, rah. And you have to remind them that I'm not the one that's disobeying the order. You know, I've done nothing wrong, nothing illegal, nothing, you know, I've obeyed all the way, okay? So, but they'll take your funding from you, bro. You know, hopefully they don't, hopefully they do, they don't, okay? But it looks like that's the path they're heading down. So that doesn't stop anything, mate. You're still going to go to court, you're still going to try and do your best, and you'll still be there for your kid, whether they want to help or not. I missed the dog. So it doesn't really matter whether it does matter, but then again, mate, they don't really do anything. They don't say anything, they don't question anything, they just agree with whatever the other lady says, and then whatever she's asked the other side. Like it was so quick last time, and the person has no intentions of doing any of that. You know, like that's all they were asked, man. They would simply ask that one question, or you just want, you know, the contact, you know, where someone watches you, you know, supervised contact. And they've said, yes, that's what I want. And then they've just turned to me and adjourned the case. That's it. Okay? That's how quick it was. I don't know how quick that is, but that's how quick it was. You know, I swear to God, you don't get a chance to say anything. You don't get a chance to... nothing. Absolutely nothing, I promise you. It's that quick. Okay? And so now we've got a 7-month adjournment. 7 months. And that's the earliest court date, rah, we can do, Mr. Parker, sorry about that, rah. But it is still 7 months. I understand where you're coming from, but 7 months in a family law court case is basically the end. That's the end of it, bro. You know, like they don't have to obey anything, right? So that's another 7 months that they don't have to obey anything or do anything. Just let the professionals do it all for them. And then before that, you had a 4-month adjournment for their family report. That took 4 months, mate. 4 months. Okay? 4 months. I waited 4 months to go and talk to this lady to sit there and be accused of stuff that just isn't true. They're just not true at all. So that was really heartbreaking for me. I knew when I walked out I was a dead man walking, that there's no chance this person believed me at all, that all men are guilty. Like you could just tell the person does not like men at all, okay? You could go there as a priest, mate, and then she's not gonna like you, okay? So I don't know, I had no fucking chance once the woman started questioning me and I'm denying everything. Imagine if that shit was true, mate. Then you would understand why the person wrote that kind of thing in the report, right? I understand. I understand. If you think that a man was guilty of that in regards to his child, I fucking absolutely agree with you. But no, there's no way of me defending myself and saying, well, hang on a minute, you know, I haven't got any of those. I've never done any of this. There is no proof of that. There is no orders. There is no paperwork. You guys know it as well as I do, because as trolls, you would have already thought, well, I'll have a look. And you just punch in the court things the same as you've done to me in the past. And you can fucking quite clearly see, bro, that I've never in my entire life, you know, we don't have anything like that on our name. Nothing like it at all, boys, I swear. So it's really horrible to get accused of it and then lose your case based on that. Like, you're going to lose based on what that person has said. Just on that. And there's nothing real in it, bro. That's the thing. I'll just see if there's a coffee milk, man. I haven't had a coffee milk today. I'll get a coffee milk. A block of chocolate's $4 today. That's pretty cheap, man, to be honest. We might get one of them, mate, for $4. Hello, miss. Nothing on special. We'll get a block of chocolate, though. What's your favourite chocolate, viewer? I like tropical pineapple. Clinkers. I think Clinkers is my favourite. Clinkers is my favourite. They $4 today, miss. Lovely. I've got to get one of them, mate. Thanks, miss. You're right, young fella. Don't worry about me. No juice for me today. I still haven't got any juice. Hello, young fella. We got plenty of milk at home. I got milk at home. I wanted a coffee, mate. We'll get a triple espresso. That looks alright. We'll get a double espresso, man. $5. A dare double espresso. Yeah, that looks nice. Hello, miss. Awesome, miss. Yeah, no stress, miss. Still no juice today, miss?
What juice we got?
The one on the left. The primer one, something like that. We haven't had it for a few days now, miss. No, all the juice is on the bottom, right? Except for the fancy one.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but yeah, $10. Well, the other one's really nice. $5.10 or something it is. Great value. 2 litres. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
I've got some chocolate.
Yeah. The day's gonna be good.
Finally.
Yeah, I know. Half price.
Yeah, well, it's been expensive lately,
Okay.
yes. Fancy one. Hey, Graham, hope you're good, man. Hope you're good, dude. Stay happy and well, mate. So it's just been one of those days. I think it's going to be one of those weeks, to be honest. I'm just going to try and fucking remain cool, bro. You know? The Lord will do what the Lord will do, mate. And there's nothing I can do to fucking change anything. There's nothing, mate. There's nothing I can do. So there's no good, you know... There's just no good crying about it or whatever, bro. You know, you have no power to change anything. None. So giving in to DRUGSs, that's fucking no good for you. Giving into the plonk, you know, giving into the alco, mate, that's fucking terrible. That's the worst thing you can do. And then a lot of men fall into the gambling. I don't like gambling a whole lot. I've never gambled really, to be honest. That's what they fall into, mate. So hopefully when you go through it, mate, just fall into your PlayStation game, will you? Fall into the fucking zombie game. You seen that zombie game where the guy's running around and he's got full tactical and he's just bombing the shit out of the zombies, mate? You went that way, mum?
Yeah.
And he's just bombing the shit out of the zombies, man, killing everybody. That's a great game. Fuck, mate, that is an amazing game. Oh, I'd love to play a game like that. Far out, dudes. The last game I played was Space Invaders. Fucking, you know, that yellow dot. What's that yellow dot called? Goes and eats all the other dots. You know, little Asian bloke fucking gets out there and eats everything. Pac-Man, that's it, little Pac-Man. You know? Yeah, Pac-Man. But that game looked great. It's just zombies. The guy's running around on his bike, comes across a whole bunch of zombies and blows the shit up out of everything. You know? I think it becomes a little bit monotonous after a while. He seems to play the same levels or the same thing, so it looks better. You know, he gets on top of a building or something like that. So after a little while I find it boring because he's repetitive. He's playing the same level over and over and over. So I just thought to myself, is that the whole game? Like, isn't there a whole game to play compared to why we're playing the same level, the same trees, the same cliffs, the guy gets on top of the building, rah. Yeah, mate, that's 100 times that guy's done that. That's not the first time. So I kind of like, I've watched that a little while. I've moved on from the Monkey Man. The Monkey Man was pretty cool to watch for a little bit. But You soon get snapped back to reality, mate, with a couple of Gmails. Doesn't take a whole lot. You know, they're all going to recommend that I never see my kid again, mate. They all are. They'll get that report. They'll get the psychology report because you owe her money. She's not going to be happy with you, bro. Like her message is a bit of a threat, really, mate. You know, it could be looked at as threatening. You know, it really can. You know, if you don't have this paid up paid up in full, I'm going to be putting this into the report for the lawyer. Okay, so that is basically, you know what I mean? Like, if I could show you the thing, you'd understand what I'm talking about. But I took that as a bit of a threat, to be quite honest, bro. Like, I know, like, and she's saying to me, said in her reply, you know, you said that there would be more than a $50 payment, and that was it. Like, she made it sound like I said that there's only one payment, and that's not what the message says. That is not what it says. It says every 2 weeks I will pay you, and, you know, I'll keep my word, and it will get paid off, just not all at once. And she's turned around and said, well, that's not, you said that's the only payment. Like, they change shit around, dude. So make sure you keep your email, keep your fucking receipts, mate. Don't delete them. Make sure you keep them, and you need them printed out before you go to court, because they're going to say in court that this, that, and you've got the actual messages printed out for the judge. So print all that out. You're going to need a lot of printing, copies of your order, copies of fucking everything, copies of the family report, so that you're able to actually prove, you know, like, put your point across, that it's very biased. Like, the person's talking about my rings and didn't like the way I was dressed, and like, that has nothing to do with why you're there, mate. You know, so it's a very plus it was based on da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And of course, they're not going to believe you because you're a man. They will not believe a word you're saying. Okay? They really, really won't. They won't believe anything you're saying. But it gets it on court record. At least you get your point across. At least you get to say something, right? Or just don't say anything, mate. Keep your mouth closed. It's probably the best thing. Because they'll gladly charge you with contempt of court if you say anything or whatever. You'll get charged with contempt of court, and then they'll gladly put you in jail. Not a problem, put you in jail, okay? Yeah, all men should be in jail. All men, okay? All men, okay? All of them, okay? They're not happy. I don't know. All right, mate, yourself? Do the big walks? Oh, gosh. No, I can't read anything, man. Too much fucking light. Yeah, woman's well, yeah. Just some months in jail because a woman, facts in UK was an eye-opener. Bro, big time. Fucking hell, mate. Yeah, you need to learn from your past, mate. No, Eric. Maybe one day when she's very old or older. But doubtful. Hope you're off a good place, mate. Graham, thank you, man. Graham, thank you. You've been through it trying too. Yeah, man, yeah. I just try and get out and get fresh air and try and deal with it. I can understand why they give up. And that's exactly what your ex wants you to do. She wants you to give up. She wants you to give up any chance you've got with your children, any chance of being a father, any chance of, you know. So you've got to keep battling, boys, I'm afraid. You've got to try, man. Try. You've got to try, okay? And until they tell me that, you know, until they tell me in October, which is what I'm expecting them to do, mate. I really am. That's what I'm expecting them to do. They just adjourn, and they get all their professional reports together, and they file them, and then they tell you that you should never see your daughter again, which I find amazing, because they all go home to their children. They all go home to their children, bro. But they'll gladly sit there and tell you that you should never see your daughter again. Listen, man, I'm not a criminal, you know, like I've never committed any crime at all. So I find it really unfair, man. Just unfair, and if you voice your opinion, you're the bad guy. You'll be the bad guy. Everything I say is abuse. Everything that I do is just, toxic masculinity, male, whatever I stick up for. I suppose when that person was sitting there accusing me of, having a DV order and having an AVO order and, having all these investigations done in my name, and I'm going to get charged, and, if I have a photo of my daughter on my phone, she's going to call the police and have me arrested. I suppose I should have said, yeah, you're right. Yep, you're 100% correct. I'm a terrible, I've done terrible things in my life. That's the path that I would have taken. That's the path that I would have taken. I've made mistakes, rah. But no, I defended myself and said that is just absolute nonsense. Absolute just made up rubbish. And, I find myself defending again against just bullshit. Just made up fucking shit, dude. So, no, I defended myself as much as I could. The lady said, oh, you've got DV this and DV that. I looked at her and said, that's the first time I've ever even heard of that. In the 3 years that I've been in court, that has never even come up. Now it suddenly comes up, does it? That's what I said to the lady. So she was highly offended, man. She's offended at everything that I say. She thought she could just push all the buttons, mate, and you're going to sit there cowering like a little fucking bird, and she's finally got you. She's got the big bad guy. She's got him nailed to the chair, Because I asked her about my daughter, how does she look? How's she going? She must be tall now. And the lady said, yeah, she's about this tall now. You wouldn't have a photo or anything, would you? I said, I haven't got a picture of her for a long time. And, oh no, if you've got a picture on your phone of your daughter, then I'm going to call the police and you'll be arrested. I said, for what? And she said, oh, you've got orders against your name and I'm not very happy with how it's all looking. And I said, what orders? What are you talking about? I said, as far as pictures are concerned, here you go. I've got plenty of pictures. Here you go. I just opened my phone up and there's a picture of my daughter. You're going to call the police? You're going to have me arrested? I'm thinking, this is great. Go ahead and call them. Go right ahead and call them and tell them that I've got this, that, and the other. I want a police report done. I want a police report done. You were called here. This is what you're here for. I want a police report done. Okay? Because I've just been accused of really, really serious shit. And it's not true. I don't know if that's defamation. I don't know what they call that. But, I told the lady, call the police then. Call them. Go right ahead. Get on the, call the police. So by that time, I'm on the defence, mate. I'm on the defensive. I'm not answering questions, nicely. And then every second question, they would go back to that again. Now, what about these charges, Mr. Barker? How long has this investigation been going on? And what investigation? We've got investigations now. There's investigation, there's charges, there's orders. What's going on, miss? I just started laughing, right? Well, this bitch is taking it serious, mate. She thinks it's all fucking real. And I'm laughing at it, right? So she's offended, mate. She's offended. She's not happy at all, bro. She's not happy at all. And this is what you will face, man. I tell you this because this is what men will face. This is what you are up against. This is what you'll have to deal with. It's not just exclusive to me, okay? Because there's a lot of me. So you're not going to be feeling too good, mate, let me tell you. You're not going to be feeling too good, mate. I thought I dressed nicely for the day, man, to be honest. I didn't have tracky pants or anything on. Man. I dressed up. I had a shirt and a fucking jacket on, and I got dressed up. I was trying to show courtesy or whatever with my answers until I got accused. So now they, I've got to get this stuff out of my bag, man. Kills my back. Hurts my shoulders. The ex is loving it. Totally loving it. Doesn't have to do anything at all. And yeah, it's all sweet, bro. You know? Yeah, it's all sweet, bro. So I got my orders, mate. I went and got them printed out so that I could read them printed out. And then I could give them that's the amended one, so we've got to get I don't know. I would, yeah, I agree with you, Graham. Tinsel box. Then, tinsel box. I got too many whacks in the side, mate. I got a few good elbows, and a few good donkey kicks, and a few good knees. To be honest. Yeah, I did that. I did. I'll get the tape and go back, mate. Alright, we've got the amended copy. So amended overrides the original. So it didn't take them long to, the order was the 7th of the 10th, and they've amended it on the 18th of the 10th. So not many days after, mate. Okay, because the first order had all of your stuff in it, all of your things. And this one, the amended, has only got this, what we're doing now. So it's put that one aside, and you're obeying this one now, which is all of their doing, what they're doing now. Proceedings are adjourned till the 21st of February 2025. So that's last. Was that when we went? February, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, October. I don't know, buddies. Hello, Zeddy. Hope you're well, man. I can't see things changing as far as being single. I think it's just safer. I think it's just safer, man. I don't take anything, jack off. No, sorry, man, nothing. No. I don't know, man. Take care. Take care. And gets you down, hey? And gets you down, hey? Kind of daunting. What's the point in being a dad, mate, if they can just take it from you? What's the point of it? What's the point of fucking striving to be a dad and striving to be a husband? And what's the fucking point? Most divorces are between 5 and 7 years, or a certain amount of time after family law court. Most of the time, that's 80-something percentages after family law court, after they've dragged you all the way through the courts. I got no chance. None at all. I got into trouble today because I owe money to the psychiatric lady for echo. You know, and I'll show you the email, man. It's basically threatening. We want it paid. We don't care about your Centrelink. I just made an arrangement. Thought I could make an arrangement. I could send you $50 every 2 weeks. That's the best that I can do. I don't have a fucking huge income, rah. And the lady said that it's my choice to be on Centrelink. It's my choice. All right, man. They ask you, you're honest with them, you tell them, and they don't like what you said. They just don't like it. They get paid the big money. $180 an hour. An hour. Far out. And the lady, they can, it could go on forever. There's no end to it. It'll go on forever until they write the report that the father should never see the child. That's the end of the report. You can bet your ass on that. It'll be your fault. It will be your fault. You haven't seen your child in 3.5 years, no contact whatsoever. But it will be your fault. You have a written report the last time you've seen your daughter. Written report. Here it is right here. Third party report. It's your fault. You shake your head. You have no chance. Your children pay for it, man. Your children pay for it, whether these women want to agree with it or not. The children are the ones that pay. They do not get to see their other parent. And for some reason, these women think it's acceptable. You're such a bad person. You should never see your daughter again. You should never see your kids again, ever. How dare you? Have you been on TikTok Live lately? Have you seen any of these people on TikTok Live? Do you know how many of these lebos are on DV charges? Real DV charges? Do you know how many that have just gotten out of jail for DV? All of them are NDIS. All of them are medicated. Every single one of them are NDIS. They see their kids. They see their children. They're so fucking busy, mate, they can't even go off their live for more than 5 minutes. They don't go off their live at all. Their visit to their children is online. Like, they're fucking pathetic. But they still get to see their kids. I would never do that, right? But I've seen their kids, asking for their attention, mate, and they're too busy going online. Too busy live to be a parent. And I don't get to see Echo at all. They don't. I swear to you, they don't give me any reason. There's no reason. Oh, okay, Echo doesn't want to see their dad. Echo doesn't want to talk to you, doesn't want to see you. Doesn't want any contact with her dad. That's it. That's it. The ex has had that planned for years. Years. I got a report. Another report. And You know, the grandmother is clearly telling her that if you go with him, he's going to keep you. You can't come back. That's what she's being told. So the grandmother got barred from the visits. It's in the court order. It was in the court order. The grandma's not allowed near the visitation centre, not allowed in the drop-off or pick-up, because the kid's getting poisoned, you know, getting told things that just aren't true. So yeah, the kid's too scared to talk to their dad. They get into trouble, mate. My kid gets into trouble when she talks to me or sees me. Like, she got into trouble the last time. Yeah, wasn't too happy with the whole thing, mate. When it was sent home, we didn't want the visit to end. Either of us didn't want the visit to end. I didn't want her to go. You know, it took reassurance from me and the lady, the third-party lady that was watching everything, to tell my daughter, this is not the only time you'll see your dad. I promise that I'll organise another time for you to see him, and, you know, this won't be the only time. And so we said goodbye to each other. But straight away, the ex will file complaints against the contact centre. You know, I don't like the attitude of the lady. I don't like what she said in her, you know, in her last report. I don't like what she said. So, yeah, I'm not going to use your agency anymore. You know, because it writes down all of her comments, writes down the kids' comments, it writes down the interaction, it writes down everything that went on. Everything. So those visits got cancelled. I ran out of money because it's $840 a fucking visit, mate. $840. And even if they don't turn up, your money's gone. There's no reclaiming your money or whatever, dude, for the next visit or whatever. You've got to pay again. So you run out of money real quick, mate. $840 a visit for 2 hours. That was it. Tried to do the normal contact centre. Doesn't cost you anything. Tried to do that one. Sent it off. Got the receipts. Yeah, got the receipts, mate, the envelopes. Tried to get them filled out, and they just come back to me empty. The envelopes come back to me empty, or the envelope just comes back to me, return to sender, because apparently they don't receive mail at home anymore. All of their mail goes to the post office box, and we just didn't know it was in there. You know, we didn't know. It gets returned to sender, mate, you know. But that's all they got to say. That's all they got to say, man. So none of that got obeyed. So then I move on with a new order. They got all these, you know, professionals involved, highly paid professionals. And they all recommend that you should never see your daughter again. It just mind blows you, bro. It hasn't been a good week so far. The bloke with the latex, I got the latex organised, but he hasn't got any containers. He hasn't got any buckets. So I've got nothing to, I'm going to try and get some buckets. And then I can send it to you, but at the moment I don't have any buckets. So I don't think that, I don't know if that's going to work out. I really don't. Why? I'm not timing anybody out. Why is people getting timed out, man? Message deleted. I didn't delete anything. No, I didn't give a fuck about India, mate. Glad it got deleted. Sad, man. Yeah, thoughts on Aussie. Sad, man. I'm glad he has a. I'm glad that he was surrounded by his family. You know what I mean? They were all there, mate. He wasn't that old either, eh? I thought he was a lot older. He was 67, mate. Yeah, man, yeah, he died today. Yep. Yeah, sad, man. He was a nice guy. Seemed like a nice guy anyway. Yeah, he had a good life, man. He had a good life.
Lived well. I mean, the kids are all grown up now. Kids have gotten married. Jack and the daughter got married and all of that. She's married to the Slipknot guy, the Slipknot band.
Yeah. He did a pile of it, mate. He did a pile of everything, mate. Don't worry about that. Whatever was going. He lived his life the way he wanted, mate, okay? Don't worry, man. He's up in the rock heaven, mate. He's in rock heaven right now, looking down, okay? He's in rock heaven. Yeah, he died this morning, mate. Just glad he had his family around him, man. You know, all these beautiful things of living in a beautiful home and stuff like that. You know, amazing, dude. $180 million he donated to charity. $180 million. His last concert. Like, that's amazing. $180 million just on one concert. Wow. That's insane. Oh, okay, I didn't know. Sorry, man, I'm not up to date with. I think I watched the series when the kids were growing up. That's all I watched. I never listened to any of his music, really. A little cup of tea, mate. I don't know who that is. No idea who you're talking about, man. cheese roll. I've got to eat something, man. I don't know what that order is, man. The amended order. So does that mean the other order doesn't exist now? So everything that I fought for or whatever, went to court for, doesn't exist anymore, just that one does. Boom, you're out. And all your shit gets fucking... I've got to find another order. None. Soap. None. Just fucking soap, mate. It's just natural fucking harmony and fucking handsomeness, you know? Just that natural fucking wave, mate, you know? Yeah, I get on there with those fucking lebos, mate, on TikTok, and that's all I got to do is just brush my hair like that. Just the whole time. It annoys the fuck out of them. You know, I just run my hands through my hair. You know, it's nice and slow. It's like that. Because they're all fucking bald. Fucking bald, mate. They're all bald as badgers. You know, they've all got a baseball cap on. I don't know, man. I'm not even showered. I just fucking got out of fucking bed. Yeah, soap. That's it, soap. Can't afford shampoo. Can't afford fucking anything. I'm paying everything out to everybody else. And trying to survive on the fucking, trying to keep this going. I don't know how it's going to work out. I can't even get fucking latex at the moment. If nothing else, mate, I'll end up on eBay and just buy the shit through Barnes on eBay. Just pay them You know, so at least you got some latex, mate. At least you can do something. Because you can't do shit at the moment. You can't do fucking nothing. So, yeah, it pisses them off. I don't want no... What do I want that for? Are you fucking crazy? Oh, God, I don't want no women, mate. You know, they've got to be pretty rich. You know, they've got to be pretty rich. They've got to be able to, you know, cook a meal. You know, they don't mind fucking cleaning. You know, drizzle. You know, I'm not cheap. You know, I'm pretty expensive, really. You know, I need certain things. You know, drizzle. No, I couldn't be bothered, mate. And I'm not. I don't have any money. I don't have anything. So women are not attracted to that. They're only attracted to what you got. No chance. At least I know reality. I don't live in some fucking dream world. You know what I mean? At least I face reality. At least I know my limitations. Man has to know his limitations. Right? Do you know your fucking limitations, cunt? Because it's only at this age you have to worry about it. If you're young, I had no limitations, mate. Absolutely none. And the more prettier it was, the more I'm into it. Hi, how are you? How's your day going? What are you doing? Fucking full try to chat it up, bro. Like, I never had an ugly girlfriend, mate, okay? I never had an ugly girlfriend. I had the girlfriend that the other blokes wanted to fuck, okay? So... Oh, well, I'm 57 now. 57 now, mate. I like peace, quiet, conversation. They can't even do that. They're offended at everything. Everything I say, they're offended at it. My attitude or something like that. The way, my tone. Like, you don't get in trouble for what you're saying. You get into trouble for the tone. Like, and I have to ask a person, tone? So you've got to be a real weaky, simpy, you know, just yes man. Basically, the same as I was when I was married. That's how you've got to be with these women. Otherwise, they're offended. You know, they're offended. No, I'm fine. I've spent 12 years sleeping alone in a bed. I've never even woken up to anybody in fucking 12 years. I never woke up with my wife a single morning. Not a single morning did I wake up with her. No, not a single one. I was pretty much removed out of there straight away. I'm not dating anybody. I wouldn't date any of them. Fucking none of them. None of them, mate. You're the one that has to do all the time. There's very little, very little. And what is given to you, you have to like really thank them and be fucking, you know, like it's the bare minimum that they give, the bare minimum. That's all I've ever noted. And mate, so many of them, they don't cook. They don't cook. They don't clean. They don't do dishes. They don't fucking clean clothing. They hate all of that, you know. But at the same time, they want a high-earning man. You know, 6 foot tall, Richard Gere, plenty of money, you know. But he has to cook. He has to clean, you know. But you'll get to be a dad because they take a little bit of time off after the kid, to get better. So you'll get that whole time to be a dad. And then they get rid of you when all the dirty work is done. When there's no more dirty bums to clean, you know, no more shitty nappies and all of that. You know, that stage is over. Yeah, that's when they get rid of you. Okay? That's the same thing for every single person every single man that I've spoken to. It's always between the 5th and the 7th year. And it's generally after family law court. You know, but that's it, you're done. This one's just all about all the professionals stepping in now. You know, all the professionals on her side, you know, they've got different psychiatric people, different lawyers, you know, they're all on her side. All of them are. So they're all writing reports why you shouldn't see your kid. And that's all they're doing. They're just writing reports based on the other person's report, based on the family report. You know, they'll write a report based on the family report. You know,
They'll just read the report and write a report on it, right? Report the report. So now you've got two professionals, saying that you should never see your daughter again, rah, rah. They've never met you. They've never met you. They don't know anything about you. They can't find any criminal record. There's no charges for anything. But hey, he's definitely got it. He's definitely done it. He's going to do it, right? So you get done anyway, mate. It's not going to matter. What's the point in saving up and getting a house and getting married and having a child or children, and bang, this is how easy it is to lose everything. Like that quick and easy for them to do it. It's just fucking one phone call. It's one phone call, 15 minutes, and that's it. You don't get, that's it for you. You're done. You're done. Fucking hell. Yeah. No, I'll never move on. Never. Spoken like a true father. Yeah, Jimmy boy, spoken like a true dad, eh? You don't ever give up after your kids, mate. Ever. Okay? You don't ever. You keep going, you keep filing, you keep fucking turning up. You'll get told to fuck off, don't worry. You'll get told and fucking everything else, mate. Don't worry when you get there. It doesn't mean that you have to, it doesn't mean that, that you have to give up. You shouldn't have to give up, man. I don't have any religion. Of course, Eric. Of course. That's their goal. Absolutely. They all end up with a house, mate. They all end up with a brand new car, whatever, bank account. They end up completely whole. All right? They're not missing anything. And at that point, they can look at everything and say, well, I don't want this, I don't want that. And they can start throwing things in the bin. Doing paint a few walls. It's my house now, so I'm going to paint the walls, With my kid I am, Eric. Not with anything else, mate. Just my kid. No. Just a little echo, bro. So I mistreated her? Did I mistreat her? Fucking hell. I like the way you turn that around. I fucking hate. I like the way you turn that around, Crazy Lee. You must have mistreated her. Fucking, that must be true then. Yeah, fucking, there you go. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, I mistreated. I did that. I mistreated, mate. At least I'm held accountable for what I do. At least I'm held accountable. At least I'm responsible for what I do, for whatever I do. Doesn't matter how you do it, man. Millionaires and billionaires get broken up with, mate. Fancy politicians and fucking movie stars and, multi-millionaire, billionaire fucking cunts, mate. They're still not happy. Those same women will look at you and go, he mistreated me. He said this or he said that or whatever. I didn't go to jail, man. What are you fucking talking about? Oh, I went to jail, so I think I am too. I don't know. I never went to jail. Never been in jail, man. I don't know where Karam is. Noted that it's the most expensive taco. Oh, and fucking mate, yeah, that's a shame, man. That's a shame. I couldn't imagine it, mate. Not for a fucking woman. Yeah, fucking jail make you think, yeah. I fucking bet it does. I bet it fucking makes you think fucking long and hard about fucking everything. got plenty of time to think. I've never done anything to get charged for anything. I'm fucking like I double think about it before I do something. Like I double think about it. You know, am I going to get charged for whatever? What's the charge? What's the most? Yeah, I actually really do think about it a lot before I even do anything. You know, before I grew chuff, mate, I looked up the laws. You know, what's the worst that could happen? Rah rah. So, you know, I look it all up beforehand. You know, like those two idiots wanting to break into a fucking computer shop. Like, I'm out of here, boys. No need to continue the conversation. I don't need to know any more details. I'm out, okay? I go home, I go fucking look it up. And that's like breaking and entering, fucking stealing on premises or some shit. It's fucking jail, mate, you know? It cost these boys a lot of money when they got done, like in lawyers and shit. A lot of money. They didn't go to jail either. I think they just got fined. Yeah, I've never even been close. Wouldn't it be great for a mate if he had a couple of charges? Like, it'd just be the best thing in the world for them. You know, finally they've got, you know, a piece of paper. You know, he did this, look what he did, look what he did. You know, they've finally got something, you know. Yeah, right now I'm getting into trouble from the psycho lady. Because it's ongoing shit every week. They want to put her, you know, talk to her. So yeah, they're on my back, mate, because it's like getting up and getting up and getting up, and like the most I can do is $50 every 2 weeks, and I'll keep paying it until it's paid off. That's fair enough. You know, you're going to get your paper. It's just not going to be all at once. You know, and that's not good enough. That's what I wrote in my letter. That's what I wrote in my Gmail. You know, I'll keep my word, but you're just going to take me a little bit longer than normal. They don't like that at all. I haven't got any transport, and I've got nothing to sell. Yeah, you don't have to necessarily like be physical, Tracy. It can just be verbal. It can just be verbal, and that's it. And then if you take a step forward as you're being verbal, if you take a step forward, you'll get done for aggression just by stepping forward. That's why when I was upset that day, you know, I filmed at the door. You know, I'm at the door, and I never set foot over the doorway. You know, I filmed that. So I was upset, yeah, any normal person would be, rah, but I wasn't violent, you know, yeah. So that's why there's no charges for that, because there's the doorway. I'm filmed at the doorway, you know. Yeah, I'm yelling, I'm screaming, I'm upset. Well, I just got told I was going to get divorced, rah. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. It's, you know, the fact that you've been, you know, raised your voice. You know, who do you think you are? Like, you're not even allowed to raise your voice. Okay, how dare you? You know, you're speaking to a queen. You're speaking to the almighty fucking queens, right? So, and it doesn't matter what happened beforehand. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the person said to you or did to you or whatever to get you, you know, no. You got to be, like you got to be responsible for your words and actions. That's the first thing they say to you in the men's behaviour course. Are you responsible for your words and actions? If you answer no, then you're out of the course. You've got to answer yes, because you are the only one responsible. Okay, they're not. They're not. It is called a men's behaviour course. After all, it's not called a woman's behaviour course. Okay, that's why it's called a men's behaviour course, because they don't care about women's behaviour. They only care about men. It's what you're doing wrong. How did you offend her? What did you say wrong to upset her? You know, you must have said something wrong to her. I'm just getting this plugged into power. It's not. Yeah, you're responsible. You're responsible. They're not. They're the ones that get away with whatever is said, whatever they accuse you of. Like, yeah, that's fact. It becomes fact without any proof at all. They don't need proof. Okay. I mean, can you imagine if I didn't have all those witnesses on that day when I went into work? I mean, seriously, if I didn't have all those witnesses that witnessed everything, okay, it's your word against hers, and hers means more because she has feelings, and that's how she felt on the day. But I don't know, I had seven witnesses to this person going crazy at me just for saying good morning, miss. So, and their shit can be, it doesn't have to be spontaneous either, Tracy. They can come back in 2 days later. That happened on a Monday. And then they come in on the Wednesday and then they file a complaint. They file a complaint on the Wednesday, not on the Monday. Okay? They work the Tuesday, nothing. They come on the Wednesday and they're suddenly very, very upset about it all. Okay, and they need charges made. They want charges laid. My boss said to me, he said, I was here. I walked past that woman numerous occasions on all 3 days, and she never said a word. She said, seriously, Charles. He said, seriously, Charles. I said hello to the woman. She never said a single word about anything until today. So it can be belated, you know. They can go home, have a think about it, you know, and then come back and then say to themselves, yeah, I'm offended now. I'm offended. Yeah, I found that very, very, you know, he was going to sexually assault me, you know, sexually harass me. He said, good morning, miss. Like, seriously, it doesn't take a whole lot. It doesn't necessarily take a whole lot here. In Victoria, our laws, we've got a new law here, even if you stare at a woman too long, you stare at a woman more than 1 minute, you're looking at a girl, she can charge you with sexual harassment. Just looking at her. You made her feel uncomfortable, and that's sexual harassment. Yeah. That'll only apply if you're ugly. If you're an ugly bloke and she finds you unattractive, well, that's sexual harassment. If she finds you attractive and you're well dressed and all the rest of it, then she's going to say, oh, look, I've got a hot guy looking at me. That's what she's going to say. I've got a hot guy who wants to check me out. Maybe he'll come and talk to me. But you're ugly and old and horrible, and you're just a creep. So I'm gonna go and file a complaint. That's exactly how it goes down. These things. I've got to make sure this power is in me. I don't get anyone staring at me. We get the power now. Finally, we get some power. Yeah, rest in peace, Aussie. Yeah. And finally, it was the only strategy, jobless. But to anybody you explain it to, or legally, it's your choice. You get a lawyer, you didn't get a lawyer, so I still want my money. They don't care about any of that. But I wouldn't have had any chance. I wouldn't have even gotten this far. But then again, she doesn't need a lawyer. Hasn't needed one for ages. Just is completely protected. So I don't know how to answer it, whether you do or you don't need one, my lawyer was useless. Pentana lawyers, all of them useless. 4 or 5 different lawyers. None of them done a damn thing. Nothing. None of them done anything. In fact, I remember having a meeting with one of their lawyers, Sophia, and I told her in 6 months' time we'll be here. You've done absolutely nothing, and I will not have seen my daughter. And yeah, I was right. I got to actually say to her 6 months later, here we are, and I have not seen my daughter. I wasn't wrong, was I? I said, there's nothing that you do. You don't do anything. You don't do anything. You didn't even open your mouth when you're in there. So I don't think I have any chance at all. And then I started asking some questions, and she gave up the case. She gave over the case to somebody else in the office. Because, have you got my interest and my daughter's interest at heart? Or do you want to make sure that everybody else is happy? There's no questions being asked. There's no nothing. Just silence. Silence. You just walk in, silence. They get asked a question, one question, right? And then comes back over here, 7-month adjournment. That's it. That's your whole court case right there. That's how long it took. You don't say anything. You don't get to say anything. And then I put my head down, went like that, and that person jumped on me. You'll get charged with contempt of court. How dare you disrespect my court? Blah, blah, blah. Like, my godfather, I hadn't even said anything. And you're supposed to be happy about a 7-month adjournment. You're supposed to be happy about that? I mean, maybe I would be disappointed or whatever. It doesn't matter. They weren't fun, I can tell you that. The courts were not fun, okay? And we've got to go back there October.
This one just seems to be the amended. The order was given on the 7th of the 10th, and this is the amended order for the 18th of the 10th.
So it took 11 days. It took 11 days to have that order overridden to this order.
Thanks, hot sauce.
Yeah, thanks. 4,000 subs, pretty cool. Fucking sick of it, mate. Sick of them. Sick of the fucking lot of them. To be honest, I don't give a fuck no more. You ask them to follow whatever, they don't fucking follow, they don't watch a video, they don't fucking watch, they won't even give you a thumbs up, mate. So no fucking point in it, really. Like, we've been that same number for 5 fucking years. So great, we gained an extra 60 people in all of these months that we've been fucking streaming. You gained 60 people, big fucking deal. You know what I mean? 4,000's fucking nothing. It's nothing for YouTube. So I'm sick of fucking asking them. They can kiss my hairy white ass. I don't give a fuck if you follow me or you don't. I don't fucking care. I'm never going to ask them to follow me. I'm never going to fucking ask you for anything on this channel. So I've fucking had enough of that. I don't give a fuck about the subs. I don't give a fuck who's following. I don't give a fuck. How many times did I have to beg, basically, for people to fucking chuck a like on the chat or fucking leave a comment or fucking, they don't do shit for you, bro. They don't do fucking nothing. They won't even like the fucking video, right? They don't even like the fucking thing that they're in here now. They don't leave a like. They don't do shit for you. But they'll complain. They fucking don't like this or they don't like that. And they're very happy to give a good complaint. A good fucking whinge. Okay? Have a good whinge. That's why I don't ask him anymore. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I'm fucking sick of asking you people. Sick of you. Sick of fucking asking. So I don't ask anymore. I don't give a fuck. I've been on here for how many years? And I got 4,000 subs. Big fucking deal. Big deal. You've got reactionary fucking channels out of there, mate, in here. They've got fucking 500,000 followers. And all they do is react to somebody else's fucking shit. So no. I get very, I think of the views and then I think, fuck that, I don't give a fuck about that either. Stick your 2,000 fucking views in your ass, okay? That's nothing for YouTube. That's fucking nothing. It's more than most other live streamers get on here, but kiss my fucking ass, the lot of ya. The fucking lot of ya. You don't do shit for the fucking person that you sit there watching. Not a thing. You're just like dealing with an ex-wife and a fucking court order. They're no different. I've got to beg you to fucking, leave me a like, bruh. Fuck you and your like. Fuck you and your like, your following. Stick it in your ass. Take the fucking shit and hit the road. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Your like and your follow amount to fucking that. Make sure you skip through every ad too. Make sure you skip through. Just skip through it, Yeah, you do me a big fucking favour, eh? Do me a big favour. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about you following me.
Yeah, I never got to see them, though, did I?
I never got to see them, did I, mate? I got to look at them in the drawer, didn't I, Tracy? That's about it. All I ever got was grandma's. Grandma's. That's it. They're all being saved for the new boyfriend. The new boyfriend gets all of those. You know, straight after they got rid of me, mate, they got them all out on the washing. They're washing them all, hanging them all out, because now they wear those. Now they've gotten rid of you, they go that for the next guy. For the next guy that they've got them on for.
Yeah, I never got to see any of them, mate. Only in a drawer. How you doing, Zach?
Yeah, you got all the nice frilly ones, all the nice ones, rah. Yeah, no good for me. Nothing to do with me, eh? Nothing to do with me. You can see them in the fucking drawer. You need to actually ask the ex-boyfriend about it. I'm pretty sure he knows all about him. Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. You got all this fucking nice stuff. Nah, would never put him on in case you're attracted.
Okay, in case you're attracted.
Got to make you look like you're fucking as unattractive as they can. It sucked. It sucked, man. You got so much negative energy. Just negative energy, mate. Negative, negative, negative every day. There was no positive energy at all. It was all negative.
I don't give a fuck you like me or not. Fucking, I don't care. I don't fucking care.
No one gives a fuck. You care or not. Nobody would give a fuck.
Oh, I like you. Oh, fuck, I can't have a quick one over that.
Oh, fuck, someone fucking likes me. I don't give a fuck. I fucking care.
What do I give a fuck?
Fuck.
Yeah, I fucking sold a lot of shit at the market.
I did really well at the markets, mate. You know, I did have a life before all of this, bro.
I did have a life. You know, I was happy doing what I was doing.
I just thought I would take the chance and get a backpack on and go and meet this person. You know, they're very nice to me, they're very kind, they're very, laughing and smiling, and they're very pretty, and fucking that changed, didn't it, boys? That changed overnight, just bang, you fucking don't know who you're with, you don't know the person anymore, and that's it. You spend the entire month on your own, and they ignore you. They don't want nothing to do with you, and you fucking signed up yesterday. You're in honeymoon. This is your honeymoon. There's no consummating going on. There's nothing going on, brother. There's fucking none. It's totally ignore. Total ignore. That's it. You don't even get a room when you go away. Like, who in the fuck invites someone overseas, right? Come overseas with me. You'll enjoy it. We'll have a great time. That's your partner. Right? They say, come overseas. You go, no, I've got to stay here. I've got to do the bills, got to do the house, rah. They ask you so many fucking times, right? And you go, okay, I'll come. Because, and you end up in this fucking dingy motherfucking room, bro. It's like, you wonder why I called myself Dobby. Like, fuck, I slept on this fucking cot, mate.
Because, they can't, they don't want anything to do with you, bro, when you get there.
When you get there, you're back into the spare room again. There's fucking nothing. It's like you haven't left the country at all. It's like you're back home, but China version. And as soon as they're dressed up nicely, looking really pretty today, rah rah, would go and get changed. Put on that plain black dress every day. And that's all they ever wore, every fucking day. And that's so that you don't look at her and you're attracted to her. She doesn't want you to be attracted, okay? So that you don't ask for STX, okay? That's why. So... we sold all the movies back in the time, though. I don't care what they are. I don't care what I do care if you ask me for certain things, then I'm going to report you. Fucking simple as that. Fucking chomos. Never had a chomo ask me for any movie, mate. Never had a chomo. I would have put them straight in without hesitation. But people have their own things they like to watch. So, you show them anything else and they're offended. Like I showed one lady and she only wanted the girl. And, you're not allowed to have anything else in the bag. You're only allowed to have that category. If she goes through the bag and sees anything else, then that's the end of you. Okay? She's some of these women are pretty full on, bro. Like they've got the same kind of things that a man does, but they just want to do it on the side. They want to do it quietly. They don't want, it's got to be done in the office and only that selection. That's all I want, that category. Don't show me anything else because I'll get offended. So if you need a couple of minutes to organise yourself, and I just had it all in one patch, I don't, as long as you give me $5, I don't give a fuck. Fuck, I don't care, Support Lord Dobby. What the fuck do you ever do to support Lord Dobby? You hairy, armpitted fucking woman. What the fuck bullshit are you laying out? Other than having your fat ass on my fucking stream every time, that's about it. Okay? Alright? I don't think that's not a paid fucking member. You're not a paid member. The fuck you talking about? What, you've been here a long time, rah rah. That makes it even fucking worse, you dumb bitch. Fuck. You're sitting here watching all my shit for fucking free for years. What the fuck you talking about? You've watched everything. You've even tried to get those other women fucking back in here. Get Diane and fucking Linda and all that. You have the whole fucking trio of you. Have all three of you in the chat. Yeah, that's what any man needs. 3 raving fucking crows sitting there, block, 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 block. Yeah, don't listen to them, mate. Don't listen to these bitches, bro. Don't listen to them. Don't listen to them at all. They talk so much rubbish, mate. So much bollocks, mate. We've already said about Ozzy a few times in the stream, mate. Feel sad, very sad for him, rah rah. I'm glad he had his family around him. Glad that he passed the way he did. It's a nice way for him to pass. He had a very successful career. He lived the way he wanted to live, bro. Looks like he suffered there at the end. All the different operations that he had on his back and stuff like that. But fucking what a trooper. Even when he was sick as a dog, he still got on the stage and sang that last song. He still got up there and sang that last song, man. God damn. So, total legend. Will never ever be forgotten, mate. They'll have plaques about him and everything, Fucking great guy. Died natural. Died of that, but still didn't die on the needle or anything, mate. Like a lot of others. I don't fucking love anybody, love. No. Oh, my sister. I love my sisters. And I love Echo. But that's it. No, I don't. Even in the past when I was with Sheila's, mate, fucking, I don't believe them. And I'm not wrong. They soon prove themselves fucking, I'm right. The I love you means nothing. Fucking nothing. They're just words. They're just bullshit words that are easily spoken. I love you, Charlie, I love you. Fucking how easy is that? And then you get fucking treated like a schmuck the rest of the week. You get put into the spare room, fucking ignored, fucking treated like you're a total CUNT, you know? So no, they're useless words. Like, I got told that a lot, how much, you know, I love you, Charlie, I love you. It got to the point I just said, bullshit, you love me. You don't fucking love me. Bullshit. Okay, look, you don't have to play it anymore. You don't have to pretend anymore, okay? You don't have to pretend. So you don't have to, like, say that anymore because we both know it's not true. Oh, you don't think it's true? Well, it's not true. And then they just storm off into the thing and slam their bedroom door. They don't come to you and give you a hug and say, don't be silly, I love you, don't be silly, rah, rah. No, they take the other road and slam off into there because now you've offended them. You've offended them by not believing their words, but their actions, they've already fucked off into the bedroom. They don't even give you a hug. So, do they love you? You tell me. Does that kind of person love you? What are you, fucking dreaming? What fantasy world do you live in? I don't know, it's 8 years. 8 years? Something like that. Yeah, 8 years, 10 years, something like that. It's a while ago now, though, isn't it? This is, 4 years ago now? This shit's 4 years old. You know. Don't forget though, man, they get to walk away completely whole. Completely whole. They've preserved themselves for the next boyfriend, and they're all ready. They've got all their new clothes on and their new makeup on, and they're already out there, bro. So, you know, yeah. What you didn't get, somebody else is going to get for free. Absolutely for free. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to do anything but answer a message. That's about it. Oh, fucking horrible. There was no love. There's no love. There's no love. That's why I tell you boys about it. So that you understand that's not love. That's not somebody that loves you, mate. I promise you, bro, any woman that puts you into the spare room, yeah, that's not love. As soon as you're in the spare room, it's over. It's over. It doesn't matter what they say to you, it is over. Okay, they have got you out of the room. You're not even in the room with them. You're down the other side of the house. Okay, and my door closes at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock at night it closes, and you're not allowed in my room. This is my room now, and you're not allowed in my room. So 8 o'clock at night, I'm closing the door, and you're not allowed in. So you've got no chance of anything. Okay, you're just a housemate. You're the housemate that pays everything, pays all the bills, cleans everything, does the cooking, cleans the vacuuming, looks after the kid. You know, they're very tired, mate. They're very, very tired. You know, they've got to have a lie down. Okay, you'll find that is what a lot of men go through. The same thing. I'm not. It's not unusual, mate. I'm not a singularity case. It's pretty much down pat how they play. They most of them do the same thing. So no, you need to learn it. So you see the flags. I teach you the flags. They may not make sense now to you, and I hope they never do. But if you have these circumstances come up, then you're already alerted. You already got it down marked in the book. You know, if you're going to get put out to the spare room, in case you were wondering, yes, the relationship is over. Yes, she doesn't give a fuck about you, and no, she doesn't love you. So whatever she's telling you after that is fucking lies. It's a game. It's the long con. You know, it's just putting you on and putting you on and putting you on until you get sick of it and you leave. And then they can change the locks. That's it. Done. And they haven't even said a word to you. They don't need to say anything to you. They can just ignore you to the front door and then smile as you drive away. Smile. They'll congratulate themselves. They'll tell themselves how clever they are because their plans worked. All of their thoughts, everything they put it into, it all worked. All of it. You know, same as now. Ignore, ignore, ignore. You know, they'll come up with a whole bunch of reports, how bad I am of this and that and the other. Never spoken to the people at all. And you'll never see your kid again. This is the final hurdle now for them. And it's out of her hands. She doesn't have to do anything. Not a thing. Doesn't have to comply, doesn't have to do anything. So, my pain is your lesson. My pain is your lesson. So instead of getting upset about the lady and her demands, you know, she threatens you, she's going to put it into the report and she's going to give that to the lawyer and you're going to get it, you know, the court's going to know that you didn't pay or rah. So they'll, completely poison the report because they weren't paid. There's no choice in it. There's no choice. I don't have the $310 to give to her and to survive another 2 weeks, rah. We paid rent this morning. We paid bills this morning, electricity, gas, and I paid my rent. So at least I've got a roof over my head. There's just no chance. So send her $50 off, okay? Sorry for any inconvenience. That's the best that I can do. And that's my message, that's it. So let them get offended, mate. Whatever they need to do. You know, it's just another reason for you not to see your kid. Remember, gentlemen, it's everything but see your children. It's everything but talk to your children. It's everything but even have a picture of your children. And I mean everything, anything. It legitimizes it. It legitimizes in their head that you should never see your child again. Look, he didn't pay his bill. He still owes me a couple of $100. You know, he's an irresponsible father. So he should never see his child again. That's the logic. That's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with that kind of logic. You can't win, gentlemen. There's no such thing as winning. Winning means seeing your child. That's the win. You actually get to see your child. But as far as I know, they've amended, as far as what I can tell, it looks like they've amended this on the 18th. So that means that the other family law court order doesn't exist anymore, that it's this order only now that exists. So now they've pushed everything on the side. Nothing applies anymore. We're only going to go with this. And this is all just the reports from the professionals. And we're going to collate them together. And then we're going to present them. And then you're going to get absolutely hammered. Hammered. You know, it gets to a point where you run out of money for a lawyer. You can't afford a lawyer anymore. So you think about legal aid. You go into legal aid and it becomes too much for the legal aid. It becomes too much. Because they don't see any ending in it. There's no ending. Where does it finalise? Because the person doesn't agree to anything. They don't obey anything. So you're continually going back to court all the time. You're continually filing paperwork. So it's pretty wicked, bro. Pretty wicked, man. It's not anything what you'll expect, or any man would expect. You know, the outcome. Yeah, the outcome is you see your child, mate. Okay, you go over and spend time with your child, or your child, and you bring your child here and take care of her, and then take her back at the appointed time. You know, just like any normal thing. If you think that you should get married, have children, and then when that person's done with you, that you should never see your children again, then I don't know what fucking mind warp you're living in. I really don't. The worst thing is they'll look at you and go, in the best interest of the child. In the best interest of the child. You should never see your daughter again. You watch.
That's what I'll be told.
My ex is loving it. My ex is just loving it. Does not have to do anything. Everyone just steps ahead like with their little iron shields in front of her, and they all protect her and they all do things. And yeah, you got no chance at all. You got none. You're instantly on the back foot, bro, if you go to family law court as a man. So be warned. Be warned. And it's going to cost you everything. Even when you're on Centrelink, mate, they still want half your Centrelink. Dude, it's $180 every 2 weeks. So how much is that out of your Ceno? Come on, man. Like, you add that plus your rent, and that's it. You'd just be paying the psychologist, rah. You'd have no other income, no latex had earned to get a mask, or there's no good asking people on here, man. That's a waste of fucking time. You can ask them all you want, but it's rare here and there, so to speak. So yeah, that's, you get painted into a corner. Because I mean, you take away your electricity and your gas money to pay that lady. Well, you still owe electricity and gas. Now you got disconnection notices because you've been paying this lady. So that's an extra $50, dude, that I don't pay on my bills. So there's not a lot I can do about it at the moment. No, the only outcome that matters is what the woman wants. That's it. Just what the women want, mate.
It is disheartening, boys. It is disheartening.
Now just brace yourself, ladies. I've got to uncurl it. I've got to uncurl it, unstrap it. I've got to get it out of its hiding nest. Just wait a minute. Give it a quick shake. Make sure it's all there. There we go. It's like a river.
Too many men. I've met so many of them, gentlemen. Really did. I met so many of them at GB when I worked the men's job. I met so many men that don't see their children. And they do everything proper. They go and do all the courses, everything. And I had one father, he's got 3 children, and he's done absolutely everything like I have, and he's a lot further along in his case. And he just said, you'll come to realise that you just have no chance. And it doesn't matter how much money you pour into it, how many court cases you go to, you just have no chance, because the other side absolutely hates you, and I find that amazing. One minute they're married to you, the next minute they hate you, while it's banging another bloke, it absolutely hates you. It absolutely hates you. It's your fault. Everything is your fault. I tricked her to marry her. I tricked her. What the fuck? So our whole thing to her was me tricking her. I tricked her. She's a grown adult. I came over there for that purpose. Well, that's why you were talking to me. That's why I came over there. So how is that a trick? But that's what it said. You tricked me, and tricked you. You didn't touch me, in case you haven't realised that. You didn't touch me. You're the only person that marries somebody and doesn't touch them, doesn't come anywhere near them. So it's not like I forced anything on you at all. I waited an entire month. You wanted nothing to do with me. Every day, nothing to do with me. And then you begged me at the airport. Do you remember? I'm getting on the plane and you're begging me, don't give up on our marriage, don't give up on rah-rah. You're the one. You are the one. You come to the airport, you asked me. I was out of here. You asked me, is that thing over? And I said, yeah, it's over. It was over fucking 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago.
You know, like, what are you talking about? Like, who says yes, signs, and then, you know, says, oh no, I've had a complete change of heart, rah rah. You can just divorce me. You know, fucking. There's plenty of blokes out there. There's plenty of fucking Sheilas out there. You know what I mean? Like, you're not stuck with me. You know. So no, man, they do it. You know, that's how they've worded it. That I tricked them. You can't trick one of these women, mate. Let me tell you.
Oh yeah, don't marry them. Don't marry them, mate. Don't marry foreigners, especially. Don't marry foreigners and bring them over, mate, and expect them to know the same things that you grew up with or whatever. Yeah, don't do that. It's a big mistake. I just thought of something funny, man. I just thought of something funny. I don't know. I don't know if it's true or not. Like, it might be true. Just because you get divorced here, because we were married over there. We weren't married here. We were married over there. And as far as I know, you have to get divorced over there. You have to go over there and get divorced. Just because you get divorced here doesn't mean you're divorced over there. I don't know. I might be wrong, but I think I'm right. I do. I don't think it exists over there. I think it only exists here. Like our book is recognised here as yes, you are married, rah rah. And then you get divorced here. That doesn't mean you're divorced over there. It just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. But I heard a little birdie tell me that no, you actually have to go over there and get divorced over there for it to be legal. Yeah, so I don't think the person can get remarried over there. I don't think so. I don't think so. You're going to be coming in the future asking me to sign the papers. I might be wrong, but fucking hell.
Well, something was going on, man. You know, like I was being told that it needs a week's holiday for every month married. They need a week's holiday. So every 6 months, the person would be gone for up to 6 to 8 weeks with no contact. Just gone. And yeah, that was every 6 months. So that really hurt. That cut. Because I'm sitting here waiting for 6 months or 6 weeks, 8 weeks for this person to return. And when they return, mate, they're in the same mood and the same thing as they were 2 months ago. Where it's just like it hasn't left. It's the same thing, that same negative air. You'll know it, boys. That's that negative air, that negative charge that comes through them. You're either a positive person or a negative person, right? So that you can feel it off them, and you'll know they fucking hate you. You know that there's something that you're not being told. So I don't know what's going on over there or anything going on because I'm not told. And I got really fucking the shits with it when I call up and there's nobody there. I'll get to speak to the mum and basic English. My baby's with her and my wife is in another part of China. She's gone. She's gone away for 4 days. Where? I don't know. When come back? I don't know. So, you know, that's what I got. How many fucking times did I get that, love? How many times? So, what, you think I'm an idiot? You think you're like a man is so stupid, you know? Don't forget you don't bang me. You don't bang your own thing, okay? So, like one of the questions I ask is, well, you don't bang me, so who are you banging? Because you don't bang me, you don't touch me. So who, and where did you go? What were you doing? Who did you speak to? No, nothing. Oh, nothing, nobody, nothing. No, nothing. Yeah. Yep. 100%. Uses anything they can. Both of them do. Both the exes watch.
give me a phone call every now and again, let me know how unhappy they are and that I shouldn't do this and shouldn't say that, or fucking some other rule that they want me to obey. Like they fucking mean anything, mate. You know? That person has called me several times because I'm not a CUNT. I'm not a bad person. So they call me up, they tell me they're unhappy, they tell me that they fucking don't like this and they don't like that. They put my daughter on for a minute, I say hello to my daughter, I tell her that I love her, and they take the phone off my daughter, and they're back into what they want, the reason they called me, okay? So no, they're allowed to call you, right? They're allowed to do it because they're perfect tens. But no, you call her, you better have it recorded. You better have it recorded, because otherwise you're going to get accused of threatening things, you're going to get accused of a whole bunch of stuff. And that one there, she just says to me, oh, you can't talk to me without a lawyer. You know, you're only a lawyer is allowed to talk to me. She just got done calling me. Swear to God, on a Bible. You return the phone call, yeah, that's the answer you get. You're not allowed to talk to me. You're not a lawyer. Don't you talk to me without a lawyer talking through you, talking for you. Like, these people think they are fucking shit, don't stink, But they'll call you making demands. One of them's to get rid of the channel. One of them's to stop streaming. Get rid of the channel. Get rid of any videos, all videos, rah-rah. Don't like anything. Has never liked anything, boys. Has never liked anything, boys. Not a single... Remember, this person unfriended me on Facebook when we first got fucking married. When we first got married, this fucking person blocked me, mate, on Facebook. Like I was fucking stunned. Stunned. And she didn't think I knew. Didn't think that I... But I woke up to that real early. Real early. Why in the fuck with my wife, who I've been doing all of this fucking talking through in order to get here, right? You know what I mean? Through Messenger. And they put you straight on block, mate, after you sign the book. After you sign the book, that's it. Block. Fucking block. Fucking... Oh, God, mate. No, I just wasn't what it wanted, man. I just wasn't what it wanted, mate. That's all. That's all, man. Reality set in after. And, yeah, it wasn't... I'm not what... I'm not what wanted. Yeah, Annabelle Doll fucking escaped. Of course it fucking escaped. Yeah, of course it fucking... You're a monkey, alright? That's my opinion on it. You're a fucking egg, okay? Yeah, it just fucking escaped, Chad. They just fucking opened the cage up, little Annabelle fucking doll, evil as fuck, jumped out and said, I'm coming out to the world. You're a fucking knucklehead, okay? It hasn't gone anywhere. It's a fucking doll that hasn't got shit, hasn't done anything. It's a fucking tourist attraction. What are you talking about? It's fucking nothing. It's in a cage, is it? Oh, fuck. What's it going to do? Is it going to possess you? You're a fucking idiot, okay? It's a fucking doll, mate. Right? I've got an Annabelle for you. Yeah, well, fucking hang on a minute. Right? See this bloke here, mate? Okay? This is the Ted. Alright, I've got to fucking put him on the thing on the lounge on chains, mate. Believe me. This guy gets up, walks around the fucking neighbourhood, mate. He attacks all the fucking little children's, bro. You see this bloke here? Okay? This is Mr. fucking Ted. He's a haunted doll. Just like Annabelle. I put a chain around his neck every night to hold him onto the lounge so he doesn't fucking go running off. Okay? There's little cunts like you, mate, that he likes. He likes hunting little cunts like you. Okay? This is my little Annabelle right here, mate. You see that? All right? Yeah, very fucking nasty, bro. You see that? He's got the mouth and everything, man. You be careful of my Annabelle doll, mate. All right? That's about as close as you're going to get to Annabelle doll, mate. All right? There he is right there. There's my pretty little Annabelle doll. Okay? We lock him up every night. He comes and has a sleep with Dad when he gets tired. It's a beautiful day in the neighbourhood, a beautiful day to be a neighbour. Won't you be mine, won't you be mine, won't you be my neighbour? No new messages, mate.
Yeah, don't anybody like the stream, okay? Don't do that. Don't sub to me, you know, or follow, whatever it's called. Yeah, don't do that. You know, make sure you never watch any ad. Skip through everything. Never watch anything. Just skip straight through it. Okay, I would hate to, you know, for 20 seconds of your time, skip through all of that. Also, okay, make sure you don't follow anything or give anybody a like or anything like that, mate. Okay, because you're fucking special. Okay. Yeah, good on you, son. Good on you, bro. Enjoy your day. What time is it, mate? Fuck, it's 1:30. We got late, man. We got power going in. Yeah. See these bumps, man? You see them? Alright, see these? You've got to get some clippers and you've got to cut them out. See here? There's one. It's like a tiny little bump. Alright? That's what gives you your things on your dick. Okay? Because you fucking have a toss and those things end up on your dick, bro. Pepilona. They call them pepilona. Everybody has them. But yeah, with men, you've got to cut them out of your hand, mate. You've got to like physically cut them out. On this side the same, I've got one down here. So I get a fucking blade and there's one there too, little one. But you'll find them on your hand. There's one there too. Okay? You can feel them on your hand. No, it's called pepilona. Pepilona. Swear to God, that's what it's called. And a lot of men fucking have a thing, right? And they end up on your thing, mate. They end up there, yeah, swear to God. So get a pair of those fucking clipper things and cut them out. Cut them out as they grow. My things broke. My clipper things, they broke. But I'm telling you, man. See, like this one, I would cut the fuck out of that. Cut it all the way down. Just totally get rid of everything, that whole surface right there. Just cut it out. And when it grows back again, cut it out again and cut it out again and cut it out again. Okay? There's another one there. Alright? So be careful. All men have got it, man. Just got to check your hand. I think all people do, really. Just check your hand. But that is how you end up with those on your freckle, mate. Okay? Swear to God. That's how they're passed. Because men use it rah-rah, and it goes onto the freckle, and bait, swear to you. Okay? So, I used to have a pair of those nail clipping things, and they broke. But cut them out. As soon as they appear up, as soon as you can feel them, that's when you fucking hammer into them and cut them right down, right down. Like they do disappear over time. Over time, they disappear because you're cutting them away. You know, they're not growing, and as soon as they grow, you cut them back down again, and you'll find that they slowly disappear over time. Okay, they really do. They become less and less and less. But my things broke. My clipper things broke. I believe them, not believe them. Now it's me.